Ingrid Goes West is a new movie starring Aubrey Plaza and Elizabeth Olsen, and it tells the story of Ingrid, who is this girl who is obsessed with social media, in particular Instagram, and it follows her on this journey as she goes to find this famous Instagram star, Taylor Sloan, and the film basically is about the relationship between those two people and everything that transpires with Ingrid and everything that stems from her obsession with Instagram. And going into this film, I was actually very much looking forward to it. I'd seen a trailer, I knew what the film was about, and I knew that it was going to be a very kind of like blackly comedic film. It was going to be like this social satire, almost, you know, taking the mick out of Instagram and social media. I'm not really on social, I mean, I'm on Twitter, I'm not on Instagram or Facebook or anything like that, but as soon as I heard about this film, taking a mick out of, you know, Instagram and those kind of people and really kind of shine a light on how ridiculous it all is. You know, it's not really, you know, taking the mick out of it in an offensive way. It's taking the mick out of it in a kind of showing how just, you know, it's just ridiculous it all is, and how just fake and phony it all is, and the people are behind it all. And I mean, not everyone, but you know, this film really spotlights those kind of people that are all about putting on an act and putting on a mask, and maybe they're not actually like that behind the scenes. And especially with the main character Ingrid, you know, she's desperate for attention, she's desperate to kind of meet these famous people, you know, on Instagram, and obviously she gets really attracted to this girl Taylor Sloan, you know, who's played by Elizabeth Olsen, and she really wants to meet her, make friends with her. The film is about like how people who are involved with Instagram like that must get obsessed and crazy, and you know how some people have almost an unhealthy obsession with it. It very much put a spotlight on kind of the dangers of it all, and how some people can get very much kind of wrapped up in it and very obsessed, and how it can be very dangerous to some kind of unstable people. But it was also very funny as well. Like, it wasn't really overly serious, looking at the dangers of how it can corrupt your mind. There was an element of that, but it was mostly a very funny, very light-hearted, very entertaining film. It's one of the funniest films I saw at the film festival here in Bath. It was very much my kind of film, or very much my kind of humour. It was very much a black comedy, you know, because it's dealing with a very kind of serious, dark, kind of almost dangerous subject matter at times, but it's just hilarious because it's just highlighting how ridiculous this whole culture is, and these kind of people are, you know, how phony and, you know, ridiculous and false it all is. And it was just so funny. One of the best things about this film, I think, was the performances. Aubrey Plaza was really great. I've never really been a massive fan of hers before this. I've never really taken that much note of her before and other things, but she really impressed me in this film, and I really liked her. I think she did a great job in this role as Ingrid. I think she did a fantastic job, but there were also some really great supporting turns from the other actors in the movie. Elizabeth Olsen was also really great as Taylor, and also Ice Cube's son, who played him in Straight Outta Compton, is in this movie as well, and he was really great. He almost like stole the movie. He kind of stole every scene he was in. He was really great. As much as I loved Aubrey Plaza and Elizabeth Olsen, he was a real scene stealer. This character was really funny. The humour that he brought to it, you know, he's like obsessed with Batman, he's like this aspiring kind of Hollywood screenwriter, and the relationship between him and Aubrey Plaza's character was really great and a real highlight in the film. And yeah, he was a real scene stealer. He did a really great job in this movie. What I like most about the film is that it was like a satire, you know, it was kind of like taking the mick out of kind of social media and the people that are kind of just so obsessed and so wrapped up in this, what these people are like, and what they're like when they're using Instagram, and how it's just such a big part of their lives, and how they're just so wrapped up and really into it. It's all like very kind of like false and phony, and it was just so funny. Like, I found it so funny, and it was really well done. I think really well acted. It was done in a real pitch perfect way, I thought, with the dark humour, the dramatic elements as well, like really pitch perfect comedy. Like it could have been a mishmash in tone, it could have been all over the place, the humour could have maybe not landed, but I think it really worked. Really note perfect in its use of dark comedy, and also touching on some more dramatic elements as well, because it ends on quite a dramatic note. Very funny as well, but I think it was a perfect way to end this movie. You could say, oh, it copped out on having a serious kind of a powerful ending, but at the same time it's a very funny movie. It is a satire, it is a black comedy essentially. So I think the scene they ended on, the moment they ended on, was really great. It was commenting on kind of how these kind of things actually happen in the real world, and how that's probably how it would have actually ended if this happened in real life, but at the same time it was kind of funny as well. That was very much in line with the rest of the film. Well, it's quite a serious thing that happens, but it's also very funny at the same time, and that's what I like most about this film. It was very funny, but it was dealing with a very kind of serious subject matter, but in a very light-hearted and comedic way. I really enjoyed this movie. There's not much else to say about it other than that I thought it was really great. Probably one of my favourites. I saw it here at the film festival in Bath. Very much my kind of film. If you're a fan of kind of social satire kind of films, you know, social media satire essentially is really, and a fan of kind of black comedies, I think you'll really enjoy this movie because it very much has that kind of sense of humour to it. Performances were a real highlight. I really loved Aubrey Plaza. Elizabeth Olsen was great. I know Shea Jackson Jr. also was a real scene stealer. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up my review of Ingrid Goes West. I don't really have any problems with this movie. Now, it's not like one of the best films of the year or anything, you know. I don't know if it's going to end up in my, you know, top 10 or top 20 best films of the year or anything like that, but I did really enjoy this movie. It was very much what I thought it was going to be, and I got everything out from it that I thought I was going to. So I really enjoyed this movie, and I'm going to give Ingrid Goes West 5 stars. And there we have it. That wraps up my review of Ingrid Goes West. Have you seen the film yet? And if so, what do you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, if you like this and you haven't already, be sure to click subscribe to see more. And if you missed my last review, be sure to go ahead and click over here to catch up on my last review, or perhaps down here to catch up on all my recent videos. But with that said, I've been David O'Sullivan. I'll see you next time.